What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca if you're new here, and if you're not, welcome. Today I wanted to talk about where we're at in our home buying process and also just give some exciting news. So for context, originally we were waiting until July to start the home buying process, or looking or seeing what was out there, all of that stuff. But my thing is, whenever you're seeing these builders incentives, I have learned that a lot of the times these other lenders out there are not going to be able to beat the incentives that you get from these home builders. So I love the idea of a new build, a new home that nobody has ever lived in. And we also realize that in this area that we live in, it's just going to be a lot easier to get a new home rather than getting an old home that we may have to replace something on later on. So my biggest thing was like thinking of it in terms of getting a house with everything that you actually want in it. So obviously not everybody loves the idea of new construction homes, but we did our research and our due diligence. So our home builder actually was running an incentive where they contribute $5,000, or the lender, if you go with their lender, it's basically a home builder incentive where if you go with their lender, they will give you $5,000 towards closing costs and then another $5,000 your way, which could either go towards the home price or it could go towards the add-ons that you'll get. So just a couple of things that I learned so far from doing a new build is that the base home price is not going to be the base home price. It's going to be the base home price before you add on your add-ons. So our base home price for the house that we picked was $292,000, and then our home add-ons that we added on ended up making the price around $314,000, which is fine for this area. That is actually pretty decent. The house that we chose has 4 bedrooms, technically 5 if you count the little flex space downstairs that could be used as a dining room formally, or a study, which is what we are going to turn it into for my office. So I'm excited about that, but also just feel like it's important to know that base home price may not be the base amount that you're actually paying for the price of the home. At least for the home builder that we used, we went with a Smith Douglas Homes, which is native to this area, and they do a lot of homes around here. And we have decided that we wanted to get an inspection done before the drywall, and then after, at the end, we're gonna do an inspection when we're doing the framing and walkthrough, and then we're doing another inspection at the end. Because we did go look at some of the houses that were move-in ready, and we noticed there were mold in one of them. It was at a different home site, so it'd be different builders that were building our house, but still, that was like a big thing. Sorry, it's like storming and moody outside, so if you hear that, it's just part of the vibe today. So we were under the impression that the move-in ready homes, they give you more incentives for these homes, but the reason is because these houses are going up really fast and they're trying to sell them really fast. They just throw the materials together and they get them up as fast as possible. That is what I've learned from going and looking at these move-in ready homes. Like, you see a lot of issues with the houses, how they're settling. Also, you can see some wear and tear on the inside of the houses as well, which is why we were like, okay, well, maybe we should just build our own house. So that's what we decided to do ultimately, so we can be a part of the process and kind of keep track of what's going on and then kind of be on good terms and everything. And I think that that's gonna be a really good thing for us. Mainly, the only thing about like not getting a move-in ready home is a lot of those incentives are on the move-in ready homes, but most of them are just like interest rate reductions, and the interest rate reductions are usually like a rollback reduction. So a rollback reduction is where they roll back your interest rate for like so many years, but then it rolls back up to like the normal rate that you would get with your lender. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, the interest rate is gonna fluctuate, especially because we actually are under contract now. I just wanted to put that out there. We did go and change our timeline because the builder's incentive that we were going to get was ending at the end of May. So we had to make sure that we had gotten under contract before May was over. So that is what we did. And I got to choose all the colors and everything. I can't wait to show you guys like all of the stuff that I am planning for the house. There's gonna be so many decorating videos videos. Nathan and I are planning on screening in the back porch ourselves. It's just gonna be so nice. I included all the videos from our house that we took. It's not our house specifically, but this is a house that's similar. There are a lot of differences in our house compared to this house, so just keep that in mind. It's not gonna look the same. All the colors are different, but that house, that video that I'm linking here at the card is the video that has all of our house videos. So that video has all of the videos that I took of the similar house that we are going with. So I will have that video linked in the cards so you can go look at the videos, just kind of get an idea of what it's gonna look like. A lot of the stuff is the same, but there's like an extra window at the top of the stairs that we added into it. And also the colors are all gonna be different. The study is gonna be closed in. It's not gonna have an opening like it is in that house because I didn't want the opening because it's for like my office. So I will be having meetings and stuff like that. I'll need the doors to be closed. So yeah, that is what we chose though. And we are under contract now. The process was pretty easy, I will say. I think it's because I already knew what I wanted and I had made sure, like I've been working on buying a house for the last probably 4 years now, guys. It's been a long time coming. I've been preparing like my credit, making sure everything has been really good so that way we could get the best interest rate possible because of the economy right now is just so terrible. So just trying to make sure that I put us in the best position possible by saving as much money as possible and also making sure that all of my debt was paid off and things like that has really been beneficial. So for the most part, we were just trying to time the market, which you can't really do with everything that I've learned. You can't really time the market. So a quote that I've heard that we kind of like have gone by is what Dave Ramsey says, and he basically says to date the rate and marry the house. So that is what we've done, because another reason we decided to move up our timeline was because the neighborhood that we were gonna move into ended up only having 8 lots when I first looked into it, and then all of a sudden they sold like a couple of them. So I got really scared that we weren't gonna be able to get in there on time and get into the actual lot that we wanted. We are paying a lot premium of $3,500 for our lot, and it's well worth it because no houses are gonna be built behind our house, which is honestly an incredible thing that we were able to get with it being in a subdivision. It does have an HOA and all of that stuff, but we're well aware. We have all of the rules and all of those things, so we're gonna deal with that as it comes. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys, let you know we are under contract and things are going really well so far. So our timeline right now for our house to be finished and us closed is around October 20th, which is honestly pretty perfect, because my birthday is November 3rd. So it'll be the best 30th birthday present for me is to be in a new house. I am 29, but yes, buying myself a house, pretty good 30th birthday present to me, if I do say so myself. But yeah, we're super excited, and we also have a 7-night cruise planned for December that we're hopefully gonna get to go on if everything goes great with the house and all that stuff, which I don't know why I wouldn't, honestly. Everything so far has been great, and I'm thinking that because of the buyer's incentive that they had, the builder's incentive that they had, that we will not have to pay any closing costs. That's what we were using our entire $10,000 towards, is the closing costs, but they said that they didn't expect the closing cost to be more than $10,000, so they're applying $7,500 towards closing costs, and then the other amount is going towards our actual options. So it actually took the house of the price down more, so it ended up making it $314, which ended up helping us out because really that's just a benefit, like a plus. Honestly, I just didn't want to have to pay any money out of pocket for closing, and that's what they're saying that we won't have to do. So hopefully everything is good. Obviously you still have to pay, we have to pay our down payment and our inspections and things like that. So there are things we're gonna have to come out of pocket for, which is fine. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know where we're at in the process. It's going really well so far. I'm super excited, honestly. We got our first picture taken in front of the sign that says under contract in front of our lot, and it's just kind of surreal. It's like a full circle moment. This is something that we've been working towards for a really long time, and just being able to see it come to fruition is a very surreal moment, honestly. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to update you guys on the process. We are looking at going with a conventional loan because the different loan types I found out, which is something important to note, by the way. I did not know that FHA loans have an annual fee built into them, and that annual fee sometimes costs more than a PMI that you would pay on a conventional loan. So these FHA loans are not always the better way to go. So like for an FHA loan, you can get qualified for like 3% down, and you can get 3% on a conventional loan too. So it's kind of one of those things, well, why would you choose the FHA loan if you could choose the conventional loan? So we're definitely glad that we chose the conventional loan over the FHA loan. And the FHA loan was actually an entire interest rate percentage lower, like an entire point lower than the conventional loan, and they came out to the same exact price, except the conventional loan was actually cheaper. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you get estimates for all of the loans that you're looking at, so that way you know exactly what the price is gonna look like. Hopefully the interest rates get dropped before the end of the year, at least by like a percentage, and hopefully it does affect the 10-year yield, so it comes out in our favor. That's what I'm hoping, but if not, ultimately we're just gonna refinance and then get, you know, it'll work out that way better. So that is kind of the process that we're thinking there. A lot of that is really just dependent upon how the economy ends up being towards the end of the year. It's very uncertain to think about it like that, but honestly, I do feel like because they said they were going to lower the interest rates 3 times this year, because Jerome Powell said that he was going to lower the interest rates 3 times this year and has not lowered them once yet, that he is going to have to do at least 2 interest rate cuts before the end of the year. So hopefully those will both happen in September and before, or September, October, or before we close on our house. But either way, we're gonna be just fine. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know we are under contract now. We are in full house planning mode to get everything sorted out and decide on all of our colors and how I want to decorate everything. I'm doing a completely different theme for this house. I am thinking more of like an earthy boho Moroccan style theme. So lots of like, think of terracotta and tans and like sage green and those type of things. So that's what I'm thinking for like the living room and the kitchen area. But yeah, but I just kind of wanted to update you guys and let you guys know that is where we are at in our home buying process. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. I can't wait to share all the new home content with you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.